Hello students, today in engineering assignments we are going to study a subject called as disaster management, in which we will be dealing with various natural disasters. First one is drought, second one is flood, next is cyclone, heat waves, cold waves and fog, earthquake, landslide and tsunami. We will be discussing some of the natural disasters in detail. First one is drought in India. In India, around 68% of agricultural land is being prone to drought. Of the entire area, around 35% receives a rainfall between 750 mm to 1125 mm rainfall. But even then, it is prone to drought, and some areas around 33% receives a rainfall less than 750 mm. Naturally, it will be a chronically drought prone area. The primary cause of the drought is a deficiency of the rainfall. A prolonged period of this dry weather will lead to a drought, and this is recognized as the climatic anomaly. The drought may lead to drying up of the water supply, the crop may fail to grow, the animal may die, and malnutrition and ill health condition will be spreading throughout. The drought may result in declining of the groundwater, increased pollution of the freshwater ecosystem, as well as some of the animal species get extinct from that particular region. Next is flood. India is one of the most flood prone country in the world. The main reason of the flood is actually the monsoon, as well as the highly cited river system and steep and highly erodible mountains, particularly those in Himalayan regions. The average rainfall of India is 1150 mm with a significant variation across the country. The annual rainfall along the western coast and western Ghat Kashi hills over most of the Brahmaputra valley is an amount of 2500 mm. When I am speaking about the flood, the first state which will be coming into your mind will be Kerala. The Kerala was affected by the flood in 2018, 19 and 2020. According to the Kerala government, around one-sixth of the total population was affected by the flood. Flood not only lead to many problems, but it lead to serious epidemics, especially malaria and cholera. Sometimes the water will be standing for a large amount of time, which will hamper the rabi crops. So main causes of the flood is basically the rainfall and inadequate capacity of the river to carry the high flood discharge. And it also because of the inadequate drainage to carry away the rainwater quickly to the stream or the river. Even the landslide blocking the streams, the cyclones can also cause flood. Next we are going to talk about cyclones. Cyclone is also a natural disaster which affects a coastal region. So India has a coastal region of 7,516 kilometers. About 71% of this area is in 10 states, that is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa and West Bengal. On an average of 5 to 6 tropical cyclones forms in Bay of Bengal as well as Arabian Sea. The cyclones arising in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea may hit the coastal regions. When cyclone approaches the coast, there is a serious risk of losses and damages, and this may arise because of the severe winds, heavy rainfall, storms as well as the river floods. Next natural disaster is earthquake. In India, the most prone region for earthquake is the Himalayan region, and it has occurred in Shillong, Kangra, Bihar, Nepal, Assam and even the Tibetan regions. Most of the scientific publication has warned that a severe earthquake are likely to occur at any time in the Himalayan region, and which will affect around millions of people in India. Next is heat wave. Heat wave occurs due to the maximum temperature, and this happens during summer season, and it may even continue till June and July in the northwestern part of the country. It may lead to human mortality and discomfort. Next is cold wave and fog. The previous one was because of the excess temperature or maximum temperature. Here, because of the extreme low temperature, a dry cold winds which blows from north to subcontinent are known as cold wind. The cold waves mainly affect the area to the north of 20 degree. Cold waves are even reported at states like Maharashtra and Karnataka, but UP and Bihar had high term of casualty because of this cold waves. Next is landslide. Landslide is also a natural disaster in our country. Landslide may affect the Himalayan regions as well as western Ghats of India. The landslides are very common in Nilgiri Hills and Himalayan regions. Landslide may lead to loss of life, damages to communication routes, human settlement, agriculture fields as well as the forest land. This is tsunami. Tsunami is actually a series of water waves which caused by the displacement of large volume of body of water, usually an ocean. It happens because of the earthquake which is happening under the sea. When the tsunami hit in 2004, it affected Tamil Nadu, Andaman Nicobar Islands, Sumatra and Makran. Next, we will list out and we will explain some man-made disasters. So, man-made disaster is industrial and chemical disaster, stampede, road accidents, rail accidents, air accidents, mine disaster, and ant epidemics. So, first we are going to discuss about industrial disaster and chemical disaster. So, industrial disaster is caused due to some chemical, mechanical, civil, electrical, or any other failures or accidents because of some negligence that lead to damage of the life, property and environment. And chemical disasters caused due to the occurrence of emissions, fire, explosions, etc. This chemical disaster may happen because of the failure in the plant safety or accidents in the treatment plants and even because of the human error. Next is stampede. Instances of stampede can occur in numerous of socio-culture events. A simple example I will tell you that during festivals in the temple, if the elephants start running, people suddenly start running in the same direction, especially because they are excited or they may be frightened. Some of the people may fall down and they get injured or they may die because of this stampede. And some stampedes occurs when there is an entertainment event and there is a huge crowd. It can also happen in escalator and moving walkways during food distribution, possession, natural disasters, some power failure, religious events, and fire incidents during religious events, and sports events and weather related events. Next is road accidents and rail accidents. These two accidents you already know that road accidents are caused due to the human tragedy and rail accidents caused due to the serious train accidents. Next is air accidents. Air accidents can be categorized into four types, that is mid-air collision because of the forced landing and crash due to the technical problem and air crash in the mountain terrain due to poor visibility. Man-made disaster is mine disaster. During the process of mining the minerals, thousands of miners die due to this mining accidents in each year. This mine accidents happens due to the side fall, the roof falls, or collapse in the mine pillars, air blast, accidents due to explosion in the mines. Next is epidemics. Epidemics is because of some infective diseases that affect the public health problem in India. The most infective diseases like tuberculosis, malaria are likely to be the epidemic. But now you all know that the epidemic which is affecting India is actually the COVID-19. So students, that's all about the common disaster types in India. Thank you students. Thank you for watching my video.